Is it possible to get light stuck between two mirrors?
All right, let's play Gavin or Google. We got it.
Is it possible? It's a good start for Gavin or Google.
Is. All right, Brandon, we ready to play some Gavin or Google?
Let's play Gavin or Google.
Do I get to sing
Gavin
with the
or
theme
Google.
song, or does it play on its own?
It plays on its own.
All right.
Oh,
There goes that.
let's go.
All right.
So it takes a little while.
Google,
Oh, sorry, I didn't give any warning.
Google or Gavin, which one said it? Let's find out. Hey!
I'm feeling lucky.
All right, so let's play Gavin or Google. This is the game where we discovered two things on the podcast. We discovered that Mr. Gavin Free likes to ask brilliantly stupid questions, and we also discovered that Google will auto-complete with the most popular answers that are asked to Google, and those often are very frightening what the average person asks Google. So
Yes,
let's
I want to
play
congratulate you on your win already.
Gavin or Google. And what'll happen is I'll give a phrase. It's usually a 3 or 4 word phrase, and then I will give 2 auto-completes. One came from Gavin, one came from Google. Gus and Jack will have to figure out which is which, Gavin or Google.
I'm going to try and not laugh.
I'm 0 for 2 in Gavin or Google.
All right, are you ready?
You do, Jack.
Gus, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready, Jack?
I am ready.
Okay. Gosh, I have 4 this week in case there's a tiebreaker.
Why would we need a tiebreaker for 3?
Well, if we tied,
You tied,
pick the
so
same
just in
thing.
case there's a tiebreaker. Because you guys can both get the right answer, and one of them.
Did you just ask how can you tie?
You've tied like 4
It's a
times.
stupid question in retrospect.
All right, the first phrase in Gavin or Google is, can you ever be?
Can you
Can
ever be? Can
Okay.
you ever be?
1, Gavin or Google said, can you ever be just whelmed?
What?
Just whelmed.
As opposed to overwhelmed.
Or underwhelmed.
Okay.
Can you be just whelmed?
Can you be just
I already know this one. I
whelmed?
already know this one.
And then the other person or computer wanted to know, can you ever be too fast for your own legs?
Oh, that's pretty good, too.
Which one is
Oh,
Gavin
man.
or which one is Google?
Gus, I'll let you have the first one.
I'll
Gus is
say
defending champion.
just whelmed is Gavin.
I'm agreeing with Gus on this one.
And the too fast for your own legs was Google?
Yeah.
Yes.
You are both incorrect.
Oh shit!
People wanted to know on Google, can you ever be just whelmed? Just, I'm whelmed.
So-
I'm not underwhelmed, I'm not overwhelmed.
Can you?
I'm trying. I've never heard
You don't
of
look up the answer?
No, I'm curious.
I've never,
I gotta know
I've
now.
never heard of being whelmed.
So I guess whelmed is like your normal state of being.
Either you're over
So-
or under.
Like you
So
hear someone
why the fuck did you think that? Can you ever be too fast for your own legs? We got to start exploring these a little
Yeah.
more.
Go
Yeah.
ahead,
Do we though?
please. I got.
Well, in what
Lava
situation
cakes.
would you be too fast for your own
Well,
legs?
what would
Some
happen to you?
people-
What would happen to you if you were too fast for your own legs?
you just fall down.
So
You'd be running,
Would
but
you
just-
fall forwards or fall backwards?
I don't know. You would just be too fast to be functional.
So you'd like fall backwards because
You know
your legs
how-
would be too fast.
You know how some people get struck by lightning and they can jump really high?
Yeah.
No. No.
You-
I
no,
don't know
yes,
that.
yes,
I don't know
you
that.
gotta
Shut
say
the fuck up.
yes.
I don't
Of course.
know that.
Of course, yeah.
There was a dude who got struck by lightning and he jumped like 12 feet in the air because of the supercharged legs. So I was thinking, does anyone have legs that are too muscly and too powerful to carry them properly? Like they're just too fast and they just trip.
Wasn't there? I might totally be mixing up with
'Cause
science
you
fiction.
run your top
Didn't somebody
speed-
break their own bones because their muscles got too strong for their arms?
It's like it's similar. All right, next one. Enough of that.
Let's get away from it.
So that's like you see the arm wrestlers who will break their own forearms.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ever seen that? That's creepy.
I don't want to see that.
Like pro arm wrestler guys.
So this one was actually a little bit of a variation.
Oh.
This one was, does the moon, the phrase has to
Oh no.
contain, or the whole question has to contain
Science
the phrase,
portion of our podcast.
does the moon?
Does the moon?
And one of either Gavin or Google said, does the moon ever lose any of its dust?
Okay.
All right.
And the other one wanted to know, why does the moon always make me tired?
I'm gonna say the dust one is Gavin.
I'm gonna say the tired one is Gavin.
You say the tired one is Gavin. Jack, you're in the lead. That was the second most popular choice for why does the moon. People want to know why the moon makes them tired.
Does the moon lose its dust? Is that what he's...
Do you know what moon dust is called?
No.
No, what is it called?
Regolith.
What?
You don't know that?
Is that a Game of Thrones
Regolith
thing?
sounds like a superhero who was hit by lightning and now can jump. That's what I'm hearing.
It's
Jump 12 feet in the air.
Regolith.
yeah, it's a big problem with spacecraft. Like with the Apollo missions, it's very corrosive.
Yeah, it is a layer of loose, heterogeneous material covering solid rock. It includes dust, soil, broken rock. Isn't dust, soil, and broken rock all the same thing?
Yeah, does that
Different sizes.
Does it not exist on Earth? It's just a moon thing?
I think it's just a moon thing.
Just a moon thing.
I think it is.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
Well,
it-
an extraterrestrial thing. I should
Yeah,
say,
we're
right?
an astronaut just retired today. While we play Gavin or Google, let's talk about somebody who's
Did
actually
Commander
smart.
Hatfield retired
Yeah,
today?
he's done.
He
He's
did
like,
a
no more
cool-
space missions, right?
Dude, he did.
He sung Space Oddity on the.
Yeah, he sang
space station.
freaking Space Oddity on the space station. That is fucking awesome.
I did say, remember the party that we went to, and everybody here was super excited that we had at South by
Yeah.
when Scumbag Steve and Grumpy Cat showed up? I got super excited because the dude from NASA showed up. The
Mohawk
the
dude.
Mohawk
Yeah,
guy.
we talked about
I didn't
it.
see him. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that guy was like totally starstruck.
But the Hatfield dude is the guy that Ed did the duet with,
Yeah.
didn't he?
yeah.
And he was
Is-
talking to us
is,
about it.
is somebody singing? I think is what it's
They
called.
called it. They called his Space Odyssey performance the most expensive music video of all time. It's a great honor.
Billion. It would cost billions of dollars to make
Billions
that
of
happen.
dollars.
So,
That's funny.
does the moon ever lose any of its dust?
Does it? There's no.
Would it be
Atmosphere.
bad if it
No
did?
one knows, Gus.
Would it be?
I don't know. Asking Gavin.
Well, like everything on Earth, if it blows up, it blows away, it lands back on Earth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because of the gravity and atmosphere and all that.
So,
So if like
so
if
you
a
said-
lander comes down and kicks up dust, does it just go off?
so the moon doesn't have any gravity, so that's why the dust would leave.
Wouldn't it? It has less gravity, doesn't it? And there's no atmosphere.
How are astronauts able to stay on the moon though with less gravity? If there's no gravity on the moon, how do they stay?
Well, there's
there?
enough.
This is a common. This is one of the first internet memes, by the way.
What?
Well, there was a guy he had a whole, what was it called? Heavy Boots was the name of it.
Oh yeah, I
Remember
forgot about
Heavy Boots. It was like the biggest science fallacies, and it was how people don't think there's any gravity on the moon. It's like, well, how do astronauts stay on the moon? It's like, well, they have heavy boots. It's like, well, and it's like, it was very weird how many people would give that exact same answer when you asked them, how can astronauts stay on the moon? It's because they have heavy boots, even though there's no gravity. According to them, there's clearly gravity on the moon because it's an enormous planetoid, or whatever you want to call it. What is the actual?
It's a satellite.
What do you? Nah, it's a satellite because it moves around something else. But what is like the structure of a moon? Is it a planetoid?
Sure, sounds legit.
Is moon an official classification?
It's a moon,
Like it was like moon like
but there are moons of other planets, so sure.
yeah, but like if a moon is like how big is a moon? Anything bigger than a bowling ball? Anything bigger than a city?
I don't know.
Yeah, when does it go from being a satellite to being a moon?
But
No,
it is
I think
both.
when does it go from being an asteroid to being a moon?
That's
Right,
probably-
there you go. Because I mean the Earth is a satellite of the sun.
Yeah, but isn't moon interchangeable with satellite?
No, satellite is what it is. It's satellite it orbits.
But all moons do that.
Right, a moon is a satellite,
Earth is
but
a
not all
satellite.
satellites are moons.
Earth is a satellite.
In the Venn diagram.
So it's a natural satellite.
Well, yeah, I guess more everything's a satellite. I think what we normally call satellites are artificial satellites that we put up there. By the way, did you know that geosynchronous orbit is way the fuck out there?
Yeah.
It's like halfway to the moon.
It's far.
Yeah. That's
Anything
crazy. I don't know why that's crazy to me, but that's crazy.
Yeah, I think anything closer, like most things, are just in low Earth orbit, which still has a drag and a decay to it.
And there's that layer where they put all the old stuff they don't need anymore.
Yeah, the debris cloud that's gonna fucking kill someone someday.
Hey, how many like GPS satellites are there?
I think it's like, I don't think it's that many. I think it's like 17 or something like that.
Who owns those?
U.S. government.
The U.S. GPS is a U.S. service.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
So there's no
It was,
Russian satellites.
it was a military technology that the government continues to own, and they can shut off at will.
I always see. Here's proliferation of technology. I always heard there was like different classifications of GPS, and they specifically limit them one way or the other. They're either very accurate or very quick, like rapid. But you can't get one that's rapid and accurate.
Also-
like you can get one like architectural ones and engineering ones. You can get like down to the inch, but they have to sync for like a minute to get that. But
surely
one
it's
your
already
car
moved at
is
that point.
faster, but it's only accurate to like 100 feet or so. It's so people can't just build something that is both fast and accurate. They can guide something.
Also, a lot of consumer GPS units shut down if you get above like 150 miles an hour.
I
They
have
just refuse to update.
Have I ever shown you my app that I have on the phone for my travel app?
No.
It's called Fog of the World. And we got one more question left. Gavin,
Yeah,
Google.
yeah.
Let's do that, and then I'll come back and tell you
Okay.
about Fog of the World.
Fog of the world.
I want to
World
thank
sounds
you.
cool as
I want to
hell,
remind
though.
everyone that our lava cakes are brought to us by Ryle.com. God, it's funny how something can be
We
so
should probably-
good on the first bite and it tastes like diabetes by like the fifth bite.
We should look at and see what Ryle.com is before you're
Oh, that's a good point. It's
You're
not,
telling
we're
people
not
to-
sponsored by Ryle.com. That's a joke. It's Ryle from the website.
All right, Gavin or Google, I'm up 1-0. Third question.
Brag about it.
Let me see here. Okay, so the last one is I'm trying to decide if I want to do the tiebreaker or do the other one. Well, maybe you guys get lucky and we'll have to do both of them.
All right.
Is it possible? Was the phrase that I gave to both Gavin or Google.
Is it possible?
One of them wanted to know, is it possible to get a tan on your eyes? The other wanted to know, is it possible for a man to get pregnant?
I'm gonna say. Shit.
Those are both so fucking stupid.
I'm gonna say. Fuck. The pregnancy one is Gavin.
Man,
What do you say?
I want to say pregnancy's Gavin, but I don't think that's. I'm gonna go with tan on eyes.
Is what?
Is Gavin?
Jack wins 2-0.
Hey.
Why do I ask if a man can get pregnant?
Why do you ask any of the shit you
get
ask?
eyeballs and get tan.
I just want to say, did you know that was the second most popular question asked? And some variation of can a man get pregnant was 3 of the top 8.
Jesus.
That people want to know if a man could get pregnant.
I
on
thought my
Google.
question was decent.
Holy
Everything else,
shit.
the pigment color changes, doesn't it? Do you have eye pigment?
Have you ever seen someone with tan eyes?
I don't know. I've never seen someone who stares into the sun for a long time.
Touche, Gavin.
He got you.
And you would know
He
because
got
they would
you.
have a tan on their eyeballs.
Some
It'd
people
be like
have.
if you had like really small sunglasses that just fit over your like pupils, so you could like tan your eyes and look at the sun. Like totally pitch black contact lenses that bounce all the UV rays, so you could just lay there with your eyes open.
I bet it would happen. White stuff fades in the sun.
Fades to what?
Yellow.
Does white fade to yellow?
Yeah? You ever had like a white poster and the sun goes on
So-
it for like 3 years?
I would say it yellows, not that it fades to yellow.
What is a
Fade
fade?
implies going to white or to black.
What? What? So you can only fade to black or white?
Yeah, right? You're either removing color, you're either removing pigment,
Fade
or
to
you're
color.
removing light. You fade to color.
You can. That's a thing. You fade to color.
Like what? Like red turns to blue?
Christ.
No, I'm asking. I don't understand what
You
you're
can
saying.
fade like.
No, he's talking about like if you.
So
have,
if
like,
you lay
a
out in the
stop-
sun to get darker, why don't they call it fading?
No, like.
Why do they call it tanning?
Man, I got faded.
As sad as it
And
is,
what happens when your tan goes away?
I do
It's
understand what
fading.
he's saying. Like, if you have a sign out in the sun for like a decade, that
Yeah.
like the red, the sharpness of the red will eventually fade to
what?
a wider version of the red.
Or a
That's
darker
what you're
one.
thinking.
No,
That's
no,
fading.
wait.
Yeah, white or black.
But cream goes brown.
All right, we gotta get off this. We're gonna get off this.
All right,
All right,
fog
that
of
was
the
Gavin or
world.
Google. Congratulations to our reigning champion, Mr. Jack Patillo, with 2 L's.
Well done.